We're live.
Here we go.
It says we're
It's
live.
just like loading, I think.
It says we're live.
We're live. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I just got off a board meeting. I got to leave early to do this.
Okay. I'm just going to shut my window really quickly because my neighbor's dog is very loud.
Hi, Facebook world.
So, Mercedes, I guess I will introduce you because I didn't write a very long description there. Olympic athlete, podcaster, and you're many, many things. So I won't go into it because I can't list them all because I don't know them, but you're a very successful human being. Good for you.
Thank you.
I listened to your podcast, by the way. It's so good.
You like it?
I love it. I'm going to listen to all of them. Like
Oh.
your production value, like the length of it, the stories, the content is amazing. Do you talk to Olympic athletes mostly or like all?
I started with like friends that I coaxed into doing it.
Yeah.
Which happened to be like professional snowboarders or Olympians. This one that dropped today is with Mike Shaw, who was a coach, and he was a skier who just had this. We announced together at a World Cup, and I was like, "This is like a great conversation that we're having." So I just that was a no brainer. And then next week I have on Tara Sloan, who is a singer and a broadcaster. So it varies. I just wanted people for the first 10 episodes that have really like overcome something in my eyes. I think they've overcome something. So that's where I'm at. Oh, that was to remind me that we're doing
Nice. Well, you're here. That's awesome though. Yeah, I can't wait to listen to the other ones. Sounds really, really good.
But shout out to the library because I did not know how to edit a podcast nor use GarageBand. So I went on lynda.com. Also, not knowing how to use lynda.com. And I learned how to edit a podcast for free.
Wow. I didn't know that you could do that on Lynda, but I guess you can do everything on Lynda. I just used it to learn Excel better.
Oh, that was my goal.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet. That's like, well, it's like on my list, but it might be on my list for a while.
That's a later problem. Don't worry about it. I don't need Excel right now. Yeah.
I use it for all my social media.
So how's the podcast going? Like you're doing it through Spotify. So
Yeah,
if anybody wants to listen.
It should be on most platforms. I just got on iHeartRadio, and it's on Apple, it's on Spotify, it's on Google Podcasts, and it's also on deanblundell.com.
Sweet. Dean Blundell. Nice.
I'm on his network, which is cool and crazy at the same time.
Yeah, that is cool. On Dean Blundell Network. What is Dean? I remember the name is sticking out to me, but I can't remember.
So he was on radio, and now he has his own podcast, and he's got his own website, which hosts a bunch of podcasts, and blogs.
Okay, yeah, because I
so like,
definitely remember the Dean Blundell show.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
He's like kind of like the Howard Stern of Canada.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Sweet. And what else have you been enjoying?
I have, now that we were talking about library, I actually have been reading a lot. People think I read a lot, but I didn't think I did. And then I like grabbed the books that I was reading. I was like, oh dang, what's up, COVID? I got you.
Yeah.
This is a bad one. I just finished Outlander, the 8th book, and they're gigantic.
That's the only one I don't think I've read.
The 8th one?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but then you find out that she's writing a 9th.
They're never going to stop.
She takes her 4 years to write these.
Really?
Yeah.
She talks a lot. You notice that she always talks a lot about strong thighs. I always make fun of men with strong thighs. Thighs.
Oh, thighs. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think there is. Did you like it? Was it good?
Yeah, I can't put them down. like you can try and start reading 2 books, but you're just like, what's gonna happen next?
Mm-hmm.
What happens to them? And now I know.
My goodness. Well, I don't know. I've also watched the show. Have you ever watched the show?
That's what got me into it.
So
Like I was like, I've watched season 1 probably 5 times.
good. Nice. It's so good. And the budget has just gotten bigger and bigger. So the show's really gotten better and better.
I know, Outlander. I'm a fan.
I don't love the characters of her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend. I definitely love, they're great. They're great. But, you know,
I've heard that a lot of people don't like Claire, period. Like they hate her.
I've heard that too, but she's great. She's got endless skills, you know, she's a
She's a
doctor.
doctor and she knows everything about herbs. I want to get like a herb book to see what I can do.
All I remember, all I know now is that I'm never going to get scurvy because she brought rose hips when she had to sail because she knew that that would prevent scurvy. So if you're ever stuck on a ship crossing the ocean for several months, you can take rose hips and
That
you
could
will.
technically happen right now though. No one's flying internationally, but maybe they're on ships.
There you go. So this knowledge could be useful. There
Yeah,
you go.
get that. Oh, and then I read Race the Art of Racing the Rain. I'm obviously behind the times.
I haven't read it either, but I've heard it's very popular and people really loved it. I've been recommended it a bunch of times, but I have not read it
It's
yet.
super easy to read, like super easy. Once look at this compared to this. Love that one. I do highly recommend that one.
Art of Racing in the Rain, yeah.
Yeah. And then I started reading Michelle Obama, which I started reading like 2 years ago and I couldn't get through the first chapter. I was like, I don't really care, Michelle. I'm sorry about your toys in your bedroom. And now I'm way into it. But Outlander took over. And so I like stopped. Where's the thingy? I'm like almost done, I'd say, but highly recommend that one too. Yeah.
Bit harder to get through maybe because it's
No, it's super easy, but Outlander took me out.
that's fair.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be super cool and try and read 2 books at one time, and I'm not that cool.
It's hard. It's really hard if you read 2 books at once. What ends up happening, I find, is that whichever book you like more, you just read that book and then you go back to the other one after.
Yeah, that's what happened. I was into Obama. I'm gonna get back into that one. But then my mom is telling everyone to read Station. What is it called?
Station 11?
Yeah, and I had already read it.
That's a dystopian book as well, isn't it? Like it's like kind of post-apocalypse.
Yes, 100%. Post exactly what's happening right now. But see,
Yeah.
I have read this, and the reason that I keep books is because I have it and I've read it. Do I remember it? Do you remember all the books that you read?
No.
Yeah, the mine are like in my eyes and then gone.
I used to tease my mom about it because I'd be like, how can you not remember, you know, how a story ends or the plot of a book or whatever? And then recently, like, I'll be like, oh, they made a movie out of something I've read. And then very recently, Little Fires Everywhere just came out with Reese Witherspoon. And I read the book, honestly, last year, like not that long ago.
And you were surprised?
And I didn't remember some things that were happening in
Yeah,
it.
no, that's totally fair.
I didn't remember who set the little fires everywhere, which is like the whole point of the book. Oh well. So
I
no,
do like to buy my books.
that's fine. And then you can share them with people after. It's great.
Yeah, except I gave the one good book away and I can't remember who to. The one book I can remember that I know is a good book. Have you read One Great Year?
No.
Oh, it's great. It's like a love story. Well, it's like people trying to find each other throughout generations. So it's kind of like reincarnation. I feel like I'm ruining it, but it's good.
Spoiler alert. No.
Spoiler alert. That's what the book's about.
That's like you think that's your like favorite book? Or the book you enjoyed reading the most?
That's the one I remember.
Okay.
Like if someone's like, "Ooh, what's a good book to read?" I'll be like, "One Great Year."
Fair
That's all
enough.
I can remember. Or come
Yeah,
to
it
my
doesn't.
house and see what I have.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Because they're all good.
You know, like if it's the best book. Sometimes it's good to recommend. Like I, when people ask me for a nonfiction book and
Mm-hmm.
they haven't really read much nonfiction, I always recommend The Golden Spruce. And if they've read
Oh,
that,
I don't
then
think
I
I finished
recommend.
that one.
Pardon?
I don't think I finished that one.
It's a good one. It's got
Dang it, I'm
mystery.
really upset you brought that up.
Got to finish it.
Yeah,
You
I
got to
did
finish. You
that
got to know
one
what
summer.
happens.
You know when you get I just interrupted you and I apologize,
Oh,
but
that's okay.
you know when you get like a book that you're not into and you're like, well, let's just put it over here for a minute. I had like a stack and I was one summer, I was like eyeing up the stack. I was like, we're doing this summer. And I finished all the books I didn't want to read. And now I feel like I need to do the Golden Spurs.
Well, that's a good feat. I think also the good news is that you'll be able to pick up holds next week at the library.
What does that mean?
You can get books.
Oh, really?
Yes, if you've run out. I hope that I'm saying correct information right now. I mean, I'm gonna be there on Monday, so. But yeah, we're looking to get holds, but it's gonna be like kind of like a no contact pickup situation.
How does that
So
work?
you can request them and then we can get them
Do we
all
request
just
them
safely.
online or can we call?
You can call. I think it's better to do it through email,
Okay, yeah.
and some more details will emerge on the website, I'm sure. I probably shouldn't be saying too much right now.
Sorry.
But that's exciting because I'm excited to go to the library because I'm running out of books to read.
This is
So,
exciting. I did order a bunch from Armchair Books. I ordered this one because I interviewed Mike Shaw, and this is his new book that he came out with, Never Part of the Plan.
oh, cool.
I don't know if you like, there's a glare, but that's like an x ray of his neck with all the work that they had to do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. I was there when it happened, but I didn't know him super well. So in my podcast, he talks about that.
I've definitely heard about the injury. That is
So crazy.
interesting. I'm gonna definitely listen to that podcast too. Also, you messaged me for a podcast and I listened to like half of it today.
Oh, right. The beginning was all you needed to listen to about
It
the
was,
movies.
I knew that already because I went to film school.
Oh, see, I didn't go to film school.
But I didn't know. Yeah. So for those who are watching right now, we're talking about a podcast. It's season 6, episode 11, but it is about inventors who hated the things that they invented.
Yeah.
So it's super interesting. The episode's called like Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And it's like the guy who made the Keurig cup, he doesn't like the Keurig cup, stuff like that. The Wright brothers. I mean, how could you like, you'd feel so bad if you invented the Keurig cup because that's a lot of.
He did. He was out for 50 grand.
And he
He
got
didn't even
caffeine
make money
poisoning
on
because he
it.
drank 30 cups of coffee a day trying to perfect it, which is
I'm
hilarious.
just saying, Terry O'Reilly, Under the Influence. It's you. I heard it on CBC first on the radio, and now it's a podcast. And he's got over 300 episodes. And there, I think I would fan out if I met him. Like, and I don't really like. I don't care too much about status or anything, but he is just like so knowledgeable.
Are you talking? So is he the guy narrating it as well?
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
the one. He worked in marketing.
And it's called what? Sorry.
Under the Influence.
Under the Influence. And then the episode we're talking about, season 6, episode 11, Frankenstein one. So interesting. Inventors who hate their inventions. I gotta finish it.
Them.
I loved it. It was a really good suggestion.
No problem. He's my go-to. And they're short. They're like under 30 minutes. So you can go on a jog and make it home.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my jogs are pretty short, so.
Mine are short too.
Just take it easy, you know?
Yeah.
What about any TV shows, movies?
I have reverted. I'm a huge Marvel fan.
Are you?
Yeah. And I was like, you know how you can Google the timeline of like how you're supposed to watch them in the right order?
Uh-huh.
I haven't caved yet and gotten Disney Plus, but I did watch all of them maybe once or twice on Netflix.
All the Marvel ones?
That are on Netflix currently.
Nice. I wonder how many that is. Like, which one is your favorite?
Currently, you can't, this would change all the time. But currently, I'm into Ant-Man.
Really?
I think he's hilarious.
Well, I like Paul Rudd, but I've never watched Ant-Man, but now I'll watch Ant-Man. I'm not a big Marvel fan. Like, I mean, I like it. It's just, it's good. It's a lot of action. I never understood the guy with the arrows, how they all have these amazing powers, and then there's just the guy with arrows. But I guess
I feel like they're going to come up with a movie with him. Also, that's Jeremy Renner, and I love him, and I started listening to his music on Spotify.
And how is his?
Oh, so good. Love it. It's like perfect COVID music because it's kind of like down but a little up.
So you're recommending the Jeremy Renner album is the perfect COVID soundtrack?
I am a total loser.
No, it's great. I haven't listened to it. That's so funny though.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I'm so embarrassed now. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Hey, no, it's good. You've had great recommendations so far. No?
So the Marvel movies, and then I had to get off Netflix because I'll just binge things. I got into Schitt's Creek. Ooh, can I say that? It's a TV show.
Yeah, Feed was on last week, so you can.
Right. Someone was like, "You gotta watch it." So Friday, I started it, and then it was Sunday, and I was done 5 seasons.
It's a very good show.
I know, but that's not good to watch that much TV at all.
I agree. I did that with the show The Great.
The Great.
It's on Prime Video.
I don't have that. Thank God. I would watch it.
It's really good. If anybody's looking for a historical period drama but dark comedy, perfect. I really, really enjoyed that one. Yeah. I watched Little Fires Everywhere. It was pretty good. I think the book was better, but the ending of the show was better than the ending of the book. It was the same ending. They just did a better job with it. If that makes any sense.
That makes sense. I respect that.
Maybe sometimes also seeing things visually instead of reading it, it just translates a little bit better.
But sometimes when you see it, you're like, not what I pictured. And then you're like, disappointed. Like, kind of like Hermione's name. No one knew how to pronounce that. And then
Hermione?
And you're like, what?
That's a very good point. I definitely thought it was Hermione.
I just glazed through it. I'm like the girl with the H.
Just H. That's fair. That's what I do all the time. Also, there's so many books that have full song lyrics written out in them. Or like, I just.
Oh yeah, I don't read those.
I skip them too.
That's the same in Outlander. Actually, though, Outlander, I'm such a dork, but whatever. I had to look up a word in a dictionary because I didn't know what it was.
What was it?
Because she does, I can't remember it starts with an F, but it's like that thing.
Oh, that part of your tongue?
Yeah, the under thing.
Oh, I'm
because she's a doctor and she does surgeries and stuff. So it was this word, and I was like, dictionary. I don't know what that is. And this literally happened yesterday because I just finished the book. And so I looked it up. Siri looked it up for me. Let's be real. And then I was like, okay, I think I get what it is. And then I continued reading, and then they described it, and I was like, whatever. My mom always told me to look things up in the dictionary.
It is good. If you can have the energy to look things up, it's so much better. The book I'm reading now, I should, and I keep not doing it. But is this your phalange? Is that what it is?
Yeah, a phalange. Yeah. Yes. How did you know that?
I didn't know it. I didn't know it till you said it was an F. And I was trying to think of what body part is an F.
Okay, you just amazed me.
We're learning stuff here. This is great. What?
No, I'm just very impressed. I don't think I'd ever heard of it before.
I would never have known what that was until you pointed out and said a letter F. So I don't know. And now when I read that next Outlander book, I'm gonna know.
I know. I feel like you can. I'll drop it off. You can borrow it.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna write my name in it though.
You gonna sign it?
No, but you know what was the cutest thing that my mom told me? You know how there's the book sale every year?
Yeah.
Potentially not this year. Someone came up to my mom was like, this Harry Potter book was Mercedes Nicoll's. Because I was brought up that you write your names in the book, so hopefully you get them back one day. But I had donated that one. And then a kid was like stoked.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that. Let's
The
keep
book sale,
reading.
yeah, I think the book sale is usually May 24. So
Oh yeah, that didn't happen.
I think that just happened. It's hard for me to keep track of the date.
I don't even
Um,
know anymore.
yeah, the book sale happened, and but that's okay because there's always next year. Do you know what else is really good too? That some amazing painter, I don't know who, has illustrated the Harry Potter books with paintings. So you can
No.
get, and it's like the greatest thing. They're not all done yet, but so if you're reading it to like a child or something, it's just got these beautiful paintings as you go through it. Not every
Here's
page.
Voldemort.
Terrified, but it's really cool. So
Oh, I'm
really
gonna have
good
to look
gift
that
too.
up.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, Mercedes.
My pleasure. I'm hopefully we can have maybe like an Outlander book club.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to
Or viewing party.
yeah. Oh, because the new season's out. I read that book, book 5. I don't even know what happened anymore.
Oh my God, I knew what happened from the beginning. It was really upsetting. It's almost better if you don't know.
Fair. Well, that's why I started reading
Yeah,
because I wanted to know what happened. And here I am a year later, I've done 8 gigantic books.
you're killing it. That's great.
It's a little ridiculous.
You've surpassed me, and I've been reading Outlander for years. So
Well, hopefully we've turned some more people.
yeah, everyone read Outlander. It's very enjoyable, and you won't get scurvy if you read it.
Actually, you'll be smarter. I've learned a lot about history because she does a lot of research.
Yeah, you'll know what a phalange is, and you'll know how not to get scurvy. All right.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for chatting with me. I can't wait to listen to the rest of your podcast one
Thank
more
you.
time.
Dropping in with Mercedes.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we said the name. It's called
Yeah.
Dropping In, and it's excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm doing it.